Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone. Time for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. We're back to the London-Faversham high-speed route because I decided I really want to get that Class 465 introduced. It just appears in a number of areas that I want to do stuff in, and it makes sense to go ahead and show this train because I also want to get the 466 introduced, and then at some point I'm going to want to take us to Ramsgate and Dover. So, yeah, I kind of need to get this train introduced while we have the smaller portion of the route to deal with here. And then we need to check out Sheerness because, well, someone has to do it. So we're going to start with the Class 465 driver training. It's apparently a 25-minute scenario. I can't understand why it's 25 minutes. They really want to train us, I guess. I'm going to be going ahead after this one. I'm going to do this. I haven't decided if I'm going to do this on the same video or as tomorrow's video, but because they're both small, and because I'm busy on Friday, I think I kind of want to do them as separate videos. So I might just do the 465 driver training today. I might do Journey Through the Mists tomorrow, which is the other 465 scenario that does not have a career mode. And then we're going to have a single scenario, Network or Blanket, that takes a full 60 minutes. Now, I'm kind of leaning towards doing that with another 465 activity somewhere else. We are going to kind of mix and mingle things with the 465 because, you know, variety is good. So I'm going to go ahead and do the training. We're going to go ahead and do the Journey Through the Mist next video. And that is going to be how we do things. And I would go ahead and do Network or Blanket, which is, by the way, a career scenario we're going to be doing as well. I would do Network or Blanket on Tuesday, but I already said we're going to do part 2 of the other scenario on Tuesday, so I'm going to stand by my word on that. We're going to do the BZA, I believe it was. No, JNA, sorry, JNAC scenario, heading from Wellwyn Garden City back to Hitchin en route to the line to Cambridge. So we're going to be taking that scenario on Tuesday. So I'm going to stand by my word on that. And stay with our Class 66 celebrations. So we're going to go ahead and just do these 2 scenarios right now. We will fit this last scenario in at some point. And I'll mix it in with something else so we have some variety, obviously going between the different routes here. In any case, let's go ahead and do our driver training for the Class 465. And if it is short enough, I may just do the second scenario. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Class 465, driver training. Let's go. Good afternoon, driver. Today you will be learning to drive the Class 465. The following information will explain all you need to know for driving on the London-Faversham route. Well, I know that part already. Feel free to read through this information at your own pace before starting your journey. Close this one and continue. You're going to notice I brought up the F4 HUD this time because we're going to get these things circled on here whether we have the HUD up or not. So let's just go ahead and see what this thing wants us to look at. Probably going to tell us where the throttle is, where the reverser is, where the brakes are. You know, all the basic stuff that we couldn't figure out on our own because we have never driven a train before, apparently. Or at least this train. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get through the painful part of this and we'll move on. Your task list, we know where that is. I just hit F1. To pick up passengers, hit T, apparently, is what they want us to do, and that's exactly what I do. So, just convenient that that's already what I do. I hit T. Much easier than looking for a button on the panel, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, it is. The red lever is the combined throttle and brake. Yep, that's why the brake is not actually shown here. The blue lever is a reverser. Yep, we know that. Your first task is to pick up passengers here at Gillingham. Well, we hit T for that. Go ahead and click unload or load or unload, or press T to open the doors and allow the passengers to board the train. I'm going to move to the F3 HUD now because it's just more minimalistic. Thank you very much. So we are positioned to leave at a tunnel at Gillingham. And since we're facing this way from Gillingham, I assume we are not going to Rainham. We're going to be heading towards Chatham, most likely. In fact, the task list confirms we're going all the way to Gravesend today. So we have a 10-mile drive in this tutorial. Fairly long tutorial, actually. So, no objection to that. Good job so far. The passengers have finished boarding and you are now ready to depart. All I did was open the doors. Congratulations, you have opened the doors. Next, we will go through the signaling system for this route. We know this, but you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll just do it anyway because anyone who's watching for the first time won't know where that is. So, red signal. Well, that's obviously a danger stop signal. You don't want to go past that. If you do, you pretty much lose your job. Single yellow light. Preliminary caution. Proceed prepared to stop at the next signal because it might be red. Double yellow lights. Preliminary caution. Proceed. Some even less preliminary, I guess. Be prepared to find the next signal displaying one yellow light at least at the time you pass this signal. Green light, clear. Proceed. The next signal is displaying a proceed aspect. Proceed does mean double yellow or single yellow as well. So if you see a proceed aspect, you do not have to stop at the next signal. That's what that's telling you, and that's all it's telling you. So it might be yellow, and then you have to worry about your cautionary. You might need to stop at a red situation, but you can deal with that when the time comes. In any case, that's how the signals work. We're going to go ahead and continue from there as we close the window to continue. You can let me speed up now. Thank you. That sounds like it was taken in an echo chamber. Wow. "15 miles per hour is our speed limit." Our next stop is Chatham. We are now proceeding at 60-mile-per-hour speed limit, so I will gain some speed. And we're going to make our way towards Chatham, Rochester, and eventually Gravesend. I think there's one more stop in the middle that I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, Strood. Strood, probably. Do I have my headlights on? You didn't instruct me to turn the headlights on. What are you doing? There we go. See, you should have told me this. Well, you see, we're getting work on the signal tutorial already. We have a single yellow aspect. We must not proceed. Or that double yellow. We must not proceed past the signal 2 away from us at this time. So you can tell I slowed down because I was a little cautious there. I'm going to go ahead and limit myself to, hold on, this is a 50. I'm going to stop at 40. Because we actually have a 30 up ahead. Most likely there is a train in the station at Chatham that we have to wait for. That is what I take this to mean. The yellow is maintained to some aspect here. Nice to know the AWS ramps are working. That is a single yellow signal. That is a train. So we have to lower ourselves to 30 anyway, but we might as well see if we need to stop at the next signal, because that is the important detail that applies to us. That's why I'm slowing down a little bit more. So if I peer ahead now, I see a yellow signal, which I don't need to keep brakes on, just keep going. This means I am now clear to stop at Chatham. Rochester is only one signal further along, which is very convenient. So at least I know once I have the clear to go at Chatham, I am therefore clear to stop at Rochester. I believe this is the Chatham Tunnel. Probably getting a tutorial on how to stop now. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and coast along a little bit here. The red signal at the end of the platform is indeed confirmed. So we're going to go ahead and just bring this thing to a stop. We can see the signal from here, and we know when we're safe to go. Doors are open at Chatham. Finished with our stop at Chatham. Sorry, we are next due for Rochester, but we can't really go there yet. I'm going to go ahead and look at the station ahead to show you that indeed there's the train we were waiting for. It's on the way out right now, leaving. So we are going to get our signal in just a moment to go for a yellow aspect. There it is. Of course, we are going to drive not knowing what that train is doing. All we know is that we are following a train. We expect yellow signals and red signals. That's all we know. There's a train coming. That one was heading for Rainham Port, apparently. Now, something I just want to reiterate about this version of the route. This is a version of the route from I want to say 2014, might be 2013, but somewhere in that range, because I know it came with the 2014 or 2015 train sim game. So it was released somewhere in that era as a modern era route. Therefore, the Rochester station here is the one that no longer exists. In the Chatham Medway route, or the Chatham Mainline route, the Rochester that exists is actually a little further along, so it is referred to as Rochester New. This is just shown as a abandoned platform with no one doing passenger stops at it, because obviously it's not in use anymore by 2016. Not sure if that platform is still there today or if they got rid of it or what they're doing with it, but obviously it's not used anymore. I think we're going to have, we have a yellow at the end of the platform. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and stop here, though. And arrival at Rochester, platform number 2. Leaving Rochester, our next stop is Strood. Notice that I put the throttle to 75%. I wasn't moving. That's because this train is set up to wait until the doors are closed before it will let you move. That way you don't accidentally move with the doors open and passengers trying to board the train. So that is what the train was doing there when it didn't respond to me putting the throttle on. For anyone who might not know, that's how some trains are programmed to work, and they actually do work that way. They actually block the train from moving while the doors are open. Some trains make it very obvious. There's one that puts on a 58% brake application as soon as you open the doors, and you're not going anywhere with a 58% brake application applied. Unless you're on a major downhill with 100% power, maybe. I don't know. So the area we're passing is the area where the new Rochester station is. We're now approaching a bridge. You heard the buzzer. We do have a yellow signal up ahead. Since the train ahead of us may have gone to Strood as well, that means we're still waiting for it. We are being junctioned over one track here. Now the yellow might very well not be... I'm going to go down 20 now, why not? The yellow might not be for a red aspect up ahead. It might just be a yellow warning us to be cautious on the turn. However, because we know there's a train ahead of us, there's a very good chance the train ahead of us is being indicated here. I didn't get to that train name in time. Let's check it. When it comes by, we're going to see that it is the Strood to Rainham Port. There you go. I like to keep you abreast of what's going on here. That is a red aspect up ahead, so I am putting brakes on fully. I didn't want to increase. 12% is good for now. Or is that maybe not my aspect? No, that is my aspect. That is my red. Okay, there you go. This seems safe to block the track completely, doesn't it? It's a yellow signal. We're good. We can go back up to 15 miles per hour. We are in a space where we can go 20 right now, but we're not going to do that, which means we're going to put brakes on to keep ourselves at 15. Wow, this is a heavy downhill, 1 in 41. And by the way, the area over there that you may be familiar with the Chatham Main Line, that does end in this DLC. It is not there. This is the area coming in from the Medway Valley Line. That also ends over there. It does not continue in this DLC. So that all does come to an immediate end. However, Cuxton Station, I believe the name is, does exist down the line on the Medway Valley line. So you could theoretically start a scenario at Cuxton and simulate services from there, but I don't know why you would do that. I'd say it's more for an AI point because the station may not be fully developed on this route. I haven't actually checked, but now I want to know. No, there's no timetable. Why don't we find out? Let's just poke around and see if this station is fully developed down here. I'm curious now. We're going to head down... Whoops, that's not where. We're going to head down the line right there. And Cuxton would be in this direction right over here. There's a train over there. Yep, it's leaving. No, I'm going to say it's not developed. I'm going to say that it is not developed. I think this is a very safe estimation, wouldn't you? Anyway, we are at Strood, which is what matters. We're going to open the doors. And we're going to pick up our passengers. Leaving Strood. Our next stop is Gravesend. We have a red. Oh, I got lucky. That just turned yellow on us. Wow. I did not notice that we had a red up ahead, and I would have been surprised by that. But thankfully, the timing of our stop and the fact that I went looking for Cuxton down there actually did cause me to not get a red signal. That was almost a big goof on my part. We would have still been able to stop in time, I think, but it would have been a very big goof. We are approaching a speed limit of 70 miles per hour up ahead, I believe that is. All that matters right now is that we're limited to 15. We're no longer on a downhill. That is a 70, by the way. I do see that now. And off we go. So while we get ourselves up to speed, let's just take a quick look down at the map, and just to prove that Cuxton is down there, I was not making that up. I guess it's just too far away because Cuxton is all the way over here. That is where Cuxton is located. And as you can see, the line to London-Victoria goes away too. So those lines do end. We're going to continue on our path. This route, of course, as you may know, continues all the way to St. Pancras, which is over here. I don't believe this train actually goes all the way to St. Pancras because it's a high-speed line. So I don't think this train actually goes on that line. It would actually take a different path through Northfleet instead of going through Ebbsfleet International. It would be able to make its way onto Dartford, I believe. I think that's the plan anyway. And there is a Southeastern high-speed in Train Sim World 3 that does go to Dartford and has already had some DLC trains released for it as well. The 465, I believe, is on that route. So I believe that's the train we would be taking on that route, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to play that route for you sometime if I can get a good enough graphics performance on it and see if I can show you that. To be honest with you, I really need a new computer. That'll give us even better performance. But we'll do what we can with what we have right now. Please tell me I'm not disobeying a red. No, we have a yellow. We should probably keep our speed down because we have a yellow. There's lots of signals up ahead, so let's go ahead and slow our speed down, not at 100%. We're just going to lower this speed a little bit here because that is a yellow. Very, very heavy yellow. I'm sure the train ahead is going to clear these signals, but I'd rather have greens, wouldn't you? I would rather have greens. We know this train is going to stop up ahead. That's where we should see a yellow. So I expect we have a yellow by now, but we're going to just double... Nope, that's a red. That is a red. I suppose the train ahead of us might be making a stop at the next station that we do not make. Quick peek at the screen here would actually confirm this train did stop here, which I've never stopped at that station, so I don't know which trains do and which ones don't. But I've never stopped at that station, so that's new to me. So we have to wait for this red signal. There's no other way to do this. We have to wait for it. Good thing I slowed down. Good thing I slowed down earlier. There's the yellow. And off we go at speed. Now we probably are going to be clear for a yellow signal at the next one right away, because we are coming at no speed while the other train's already peeling away at 30-40 miles per hour probably. So we're probably going to be good to go at the next signal, but we can't take that risk. We have to still drive cautious. So I'm leaving myself in the 30 range, and that's what we're going to do for right now until I know I have a yellow signal, because the next signal is very close after that anyway. If this is a single yellow aspect, I have to hold my horses a little bit. So here's the station that the other train stopped at. I can't say the name of the station very well, so I'm not going to try. But I'll just show you on the map very quickly that there's what it is right there. Oh, no, actually, no, I do know this name. Higham. Yeah, this is a name I can say. Higham. I thought it was something beginning with a T that I can't say. But that's I guess that's on the other side of the route, maybe. I don't know. Higham I can say. I just keep forgetting that one. That remains a single yellow aspect. I remain driving slowly because of a single yellow aspect. I also have been checked for my vigilance to make sure that I am not asleep or drunk or something else. We remain on a single yellow aspect. I will cruise very carefully. Remember that scenario in the snowstorm that we took through this route? That was a treat. 20 miles per hour and a 70 all day. We are being told the next signal does have a proceed aspect. Vigilance check again. Thank you. We again seem to have a... Is that a double yellow aspect? I might be able to speed up now if that's a double yellow aspect. That's a double yellow aspect. I can speed up. Let's do it. So the reason I'm going ahead and speeding up a double yellow aspect is because I know that... hold on, whistleboard. Because I know a double yellow aspect, there is going to be two signals but for the next red signal, so that means I can go past this next signal not worried about what it says. But if this next signal shows a single yellow aspect, I again would need to slow down. That's basically all that means. So I am going to start getting up to speed. I'm going to see if we can get... Oh, that went green. Line speed, let's go. We have line speed now. I don't believe that's a station. That's some kind of a stopping point, maybe for the yard. That might be a yard staff point. But it's not treated as a station. Let's make sure we continue to have green signals. We do have green signals. Since we're continuing to get green signals and we're going 60 miles an hour, I'm going to go ahead and keep speeding up. We are 2.8 miles, actually 2.9 miles from Gravesend. Lots of signals here, so I do expect some of these will still be green. Or is that a yellow I now see coming? It just turned green. It was double yellow, but I see it turn green now. We seem to be catching up to the train in front because the train is slowing down for a 50. Because we know we are following this train fairly closely, I'm going to also start slowing down. Just because you can go a speed limit doesn't mean you have to. That train is going to get down to 20, it looks like. If you know you're following a train close, there's nothing wrong with bringing your speed down. Was that warning for the 50? Maybe it was. There it is. That was for a yellow. That is a double yellow. I thought it was, but I didn't want to say. So double yellow, that means the next one is a single yellow. We're going to be under the new 50 speed limit while the train ahead of us slows down to 20. Because of that, I'm going to slow it down even further myself. Because if that train's going 20, we can't really follow it any faster. That is a single yellow aspect. I think the train ahead is going to be stopping at Gravesend as well. So we pretty much have to really slow it down now. We can't go really fast anymore. Again, just because we can go 50 up ahead doesn't mean we're going to. Or that we have to. I'm down to 23 now. Taking a quick peek out the window over there. Nice little area, work area over there. We are now under the 50 speed limit at 21.7 miles per hour. We have a yellow aspect up there. I'll put a little bit of speed on because of the yellow aspect. But we're not going to exceed 25. One more train coming. That's also going to Rainham Port from Gravesend, where we're stopping. So that signal was a single yellow, did not upgrade for us. So the next signal is presently red. I expect this to be the case because the train is making a stop up ahead, most likely. We're also being cut to 20 anyway, so we need to slow the speed down. That's actually a 30 warning, not a 20 warning, but we are going 20 because we're going to be taking a junction. .30 is up ahead as we get off the junction. We have a red signal. So we're using the same platform as this other train, apparently. That's actually a 70, not a... I thought it said 20. But you know what? I had to slow down anyway, so it's fine. I thought that said 20. Boy, that would have been a timely mistake there. The train stopping at Gravesend ahead of us has to get over way before we can proceed. We will see if it actually does that. I don't want to stop if I don't have to for obvious reasons. Always better to keep moving if you can. I've actually changed how I drive on the actual... in motor vehicles on the road, actually, as well, based on how I respond to signals in this game. If I see a red light on the road, I actually slow down well in advance of it. Now, I don't just pull up to the light anymore. I just slow down and go slowly, because it makes sense to do that now. And I actually noticed when I pull up to an intersection like that, you see we have our yellow. So I actually noticed when I pulled up to the intersection and I'm going slowly, then the light turns green for us. I'm soaring right past the car that's fully stopped on the other side, but having not stopped completely myself. It's actually kind of funny. Because I can get in front of them, I can do whatever I need to do. If I want to get in that lane anyway. It works out nicely. Very, very nice. So we are clear into Gravesend, platform 1. We're not going to be going past Gravesend. So even if the signal clears, we're done. Since the speed limit is 15, I felt there was no need to really go beyond 15. We're coming from below, not from above. So we're just going to keep it there. We're going to go ahead and take that. 14:27 is looking like our arrival time, somewhere in that minute. Vigilance as we're about to slow down. Fantastic. Gotta make sure we're awake, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing the train to a stop. We do have a green signal. We don't care. We honestly don't care. We're going to pull up in front of this building. Why not? This will be where we wrap it. I was actually looking for the stop marker. I didn't catch it. I wasn't paying full attention, but we're way past the 4 by now, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop it right here. That's good enough. Arrival at Gravesend, Platform 1. Let's look at our train as we finish the scenario. So that was our tutorial on the 465. It wasn't really any different than any other train, except for the fact that we had the same pop-up messages and everything too. So yeah, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't really any different than any other passenger train we've driven so far, because we've driven a bunch of them. It operated exactly the same as I would expect other trains, like the 377, 375. Obviously, the 395 is different, but it has the same kind of brake throttle. So it operates exactly the same as any of those trains. So we're going to go ahead and do a non-tutorial scenario next time. That'll be tomorrow. Congratulations, you have passed the Class 465 driver training. What a relief. I thought I was going to fail. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time for the first of the 2 Class 465 scenarios, another standard scenario. We're going to save the career one for another time, as we're going to do another 66 scenario next week. So I'll see you for the next 465 tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm Cyclone. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever you for your part of the world. See you next time. Bye-bye.